Yeah! She calls herself the Touring Chocolatier. But that doesn't mean Kay Thibodeau takes her show on the road. What it means is she visits countries across the world to sample chocolate, learn new cooking techniques, and bring home varieties of cocoa that will tickle the taste buds.
My husband and I love to travel, and so every place that we've gone, we've always looked at the cacao farms, the chocolate makers, things like that. And so we said, what better name? Because that way I can tell people when I tour the different areas that we're in, I find chocolate to bring back and share with my clientele, and actually share my knowledge about cacao and how it's turned into chocolate and chocolate confection making.
These are all of my chocolates from chocolate makers that I know personally. So I've either been to their farm, or I've been to their factory, or I've met them at places like the Fancy Food Show or the Salon de Chocolat in New York City, or Dallas Chocolate Festival.
And with all that worldly knowledge, she's come back here to her shop and factory in Flower Mound, Texas, where she and her devoted team move with the rhythm of artisanship. Each delicate treat carries a touch of patience and the warmth of handmade attention.
So basically what we do with the ganache, it's chocolate and cream and a flavoring. In this case, we use our gold chocolate and our liquid caramel as well for the flavoring, and added a little sea salt. So a ganache is what every truffle is made from: chocolate and cream, hand rolled, hand dipped.
My 3 employees, my 3 young ladies there, first of all, they're all under the age of 21. They're all extremely hard workers. I love them like my own daughters. I would bend over backwards for them.
Oh, it's warming up.
So we do use Texas pecans from Milliken Pecan Company here in San Saba. They actually have the mother tree that started all the major varieties of pecans in the state, and I think in the country, as a matter of fact. So the difference between what I use and what a lot of cottage food bakers or home cooks will use, most of them will use what's called almond bark, candy melts, melting wafers, things like that. And if you look at the packaging on them, those will say milk or dark chocolate flavored. So they're not real chocolate. They don't have any cocoa butter in them. And cocoa butter is what actually has to be tempered, because all of the crystals have to line up correctly in order to get that nice shine and that nice snap. So I use couverture chocolate, which has more cocoa butter in it than just like your Nestle's chocolate chip or anything like that.
This is all a little bit new for Kay. She's only been a full-time chocolatier for about 8 years. Before that, she sold jewelry. Then she sold chocolate for a couple of the largest candy companies in America. But then her entrepreneurial spirit kicked in, and she quickly learned that people buy chocolate to feed more than just their sweet tooth.
It's a memory. It's a great memory. We all have them. You know, when we were kids, handfuls of M&Ms, you know, or running down to the corner candy store. My favorite memory, my dad had an old pickup truck and he was in construction. So we would go down to the dump, and after the dump, we would stop at the little candy store. He would get his pack of cigarettes, and I would get my pack of M&Ms, and he would get his payday candy bar. And I remember that. And so chocolate just evokes warm fuzzies in most people.
Well, Kay gets the warm fuzzies herself when she talks about living in Texas, and she's especially thankful for the Texas Department of Agriculture's Go Texan program.
I moved here the first time when I was 24. I lived here for 15 years. Then I dragged my husband back to Minnesota for 15 years. And we've been back now for 11 years. I will never, ever go outside of Texas to live again. So Go Texans opened up some doors for me, at the state fair especially. I think people are starting to realize that I'm not just your home cottage food, you know, chocolate maker. I use real couverture chocolate, so I really appreciate the partnership.
No matter how far she roams, Flower Mound, Texas is Kay's anchor. In that humming chocolate factory, she and her team create the foundation for every journey she shares. Neighbors know her not only as a touring chocolatier, but is a builder of the community and a champion for farmers not only in Texas, but around the world.
I think I want to make people happy, and you make people happy through chocolate. I want people to understand the struggles that cacao farmers go through and how important it is for us to even have chocolate. We have to support the farmers. So we're here to touch lives. My name is Kay Thibodeau, and I'm with the Touring Chocolatier, and we are Go Texan proud.